day long. The flower pot man. The flower pot man. The flower pot man.
Movie night. One beautiful autumn evening, Bill and Ben were playing their last games for the day before going to bed. They were playing on their seesaw when Ben looked up at the tree, got off the seesaw, and climbed up to the top of the tree. "What are you doing, Ben?" asked Bill. "Flubber coming down," answered Ben. He spat on his hands, rubbed them together, jumped out of the tree, and onto his end of the seesaw, catapulting Bill into the air. "Ah! Whoa!" cried Bill. Ben laughed until Bill landed back down on his end of the seesaw, catapulting Ben into the air. "Oh! Whoa!" cried Ben. Bill laughed and got off the seesaw when Pry flew down. "Oh, Flubber Pry," he said as he waved to her. "Hello, Bill," said Pry as she waved back. "Where's Ben?" Her question was soon answered. Ben landed on his end of the seesaw, lost his balance, and fell over backwards. "Ah! Oh! Oh, Flubber." Pry was surprised to see an appearance like that. Ben noticed Pry and stood up. "Oh, Flubber Pry," said Ben as he waved to Pry and tried to make it look like she hadn't seen him tumbling. "Hello, Ben," said Pry. "I've popped by to tell you that I've seen something rather interesting." "Oh, Flob?" said Bill and Ben. "When I was on a windowsill collecting some shiny treasure, I saw a family having something called a movie night," said Pry. "Flob, a movie night?" asked Bill and Ben. "A movie night is a night where people get together and watch a movie," explained Pry. "Whoa, Flubber sounds great," said Bill and Ben. Flubber do a need for a movie night?" asked Bill. "What do you need for a movie night?" said Pry. "Well, when I saw that family, they had a snuggly blanket, a popcorn maker, serving bowls, yummy food, sweet snacks, and drinks." "Ooh, Flubber nice," said Ben. Suddenly, Bill remembered something. "Oh, Flubber double home movies!" He and Ben had a bunch of film reels with home movies on them. "Ooh, Flubber screen and Flubber projector!" And Ben remembered that they had the right equipment for playing those movies. Flubber double movie night! The Flowerpot Men decided to have their own movie night when the sun went down. "That sounds like a wonderful idea. You enjoy yourselves now," said Pry. "Bye!" "Flubber bye, Pry!" said Bill and Ben as Pry flew away. The Flowerpot Men agreed that Bill would sort out the blanket, serving bowls, sweet snacks, and screen, and Ben would sort out the popcorn maker, the yummy food, drinks, and projector. Because Bill and Ben had a bunch of home movies in their flower pots each, they would sort those out together. Then they ran to the bottom of the garden to organize their movie night. When Bill and Ben got there, Weed said, "Hello, you two. You came in fast. Are you in a hurry to go to bed?" "Ah, Flob," said Bill, shaking his head. "Flubber dubber movie night," explained Ben. "You're going to have a movie night?" said Weed. "Oh, how exciting! Where are you going to have it?" "Oh, Ah! Flubber fence," said Bill and Ben. "At the fence? That sounds like a good spot," said Weed. "Well, enjoy your movie night, boys." "Flubber will," said Bill and Ben as they climbed into their flower pots. In his flower pot, Bill walked over to his wardrobe, opened it, opened his blanket drawer, and took out a red and white striped blanket. Secondly, he walked over to his bowl cupboard, took out 5 medium-sized bowls and 2 popcorn bags, and put them on top of his counter. Thirdly, he took out packets of sweets from his sweet bowl and put them in 3 of the bowls. Lastly, he looked under his bed and took out the rolled-up screen. Then Bill pointed to everything to check that he wasn't missing anything. For the blanket, for the bowls, for the sweets, and for the screen. Ah! For everything, he said. In his flower pot, Ben walked over to his counter, opened his food cupboard, took out a packet of popcorn kernels, opened it, put the kernels in the machine, turned it on, and the machine went into action. Secondly, while he left the kernels to pop, Ben looked in his food cupboard again and took out a packet of ready salted crisps. Then he went over to his fridge, opened it, and took out a box with a cheese and tomato pizza in it. He put the pizza box on the counter. He went over to his oven, turned it on, opened his kitchen equipment cupboard, took out a pizza tray, opened the pizza box, put the pizza on the tray, put his oven gloves on, put the pizza tray in the oven, closed the oven, took his oven gloves off, set the temperature to 500 degrees and the time to 20 minutes. Thirdly, he walked over to his drinks cabinet, opened it up, and took out a bottle of apple juice and a bottle of orange juice, which he put next to the packet of crisps he had looked out. Then he opened his glass cupboard and took out 4 drink glasses. Lastly, he walked over to the corner of his flower pot and wheeled the projector to his bed. Then Ben pointed to everything to check that he wasn't missing anything. For the popcorn, for the food, for the drinks, and for the projector. Ah! For everything! He said. Later, everything was set up and Bill and Ben were ready to have their movie night. Flubba-dubba movie night! They said as they high-fived each other. Bill picked up a film reel, popped it in the projector, and flicked the switch. Then he unfolded the blanket and sat down on a sack. Ben sat down next to him. The flower pot men tucked themselves in and looked at the screen as the movie was starting. There was a clip of when Bill and Ben were flying on their kite because they were looking for prize green milk bottle top, and they got stuck in the rubbish tip. Flop will remember that, chuckled Bill. He and Ben picked up a slice of pizza each and ate. Then there was a clip of when Bill and Ben were trying to catch a piece of sky to cheer up Weed's corner of the garden. Flubba-dubba exciting, chuckled Ben. He and Bill picked up their popcorn bags and ate some of the popcorn. Then there was a clip of when Bill and Ben were performing in their big-time band to cheer up Weed. Oh, Flubba enjoyed that time, said Bill. Flea too, said Ben. Bill picked up the bottle of apple juice, opened it, and poured him and Ben a glass each before putting the bottle down. Then the flower pot men picked up their glasses and clinked them together. Flubba cheers, they said, and they drank up their juice. Then there was a clip of when Bill and Ben flew in their hot air balloon for the first time whilst playing tricks on their friends. When the flower pot men watched Ben drop the sandbag on Thistle, they spat out their apple juice and laughed. Flubba should do that again, said Bill. Flubba-dubba agree, said Ben. The flower pot men took a crisp each and ate. Then there was a series of clips of mishaps happening to Ben, including the times where he stepped on a tube of glue in the shed and got stuck, and when he fell into the drain whilst he and Bill were looking for a mysterious unpleasant smell. Bill was laughing a lot, but Ben was feeling undignified. When a clip at the time where Bill tripped Ben up with his foot when he was running over to Lulu the doll got played, it started getting rewound and played again, so Bill was tripping up Ben repeatedly. Hey, what's going on? Said Ben. He turned around and saw that Bill was pressing the rewind and play buttons on the projector. Flubber funny, laughed Bill. Ben pushed Bill out of the way, took the reel out of the projector, put in another reel, flicked the switch, and sat down on the sack and tucked himself in with the blanket. Bill sat down next to Ben and tucked himself in. Flubba-dubba put on? He asked. Flubba something funny, said Ben, tapping his nose. He took another slice of pizza and ate it, with Bill looking concerned about what he was about to see. It was a series of clips of mishaps happening to Bill, including the times where he sat on one of Boo's prickles, and when he was in the shed and he put his head in a paint pot thinking that Ben was in there for a game of hide and seek, and coming out with his head covered in pink paint. Now it was Ben's turn to laugh a lot, and Bill's turn to feel undignified. When the clip of the first time Ben sent Bill falling down to the ground inside the peg bag at the end of the garden, causing him to fall out of it, got played, it started getting rewound and played again, so Bill was falling out of the peg bag repeatedly. "Eh? What's happening?" said Bill. He turned around and saw that Ben was pressing the rewind and play buttons on the projector. "Flubber amusing," said Ben. Bill pushed Ben out of the way, and was about to take the reel out of the projector when Ben pushed Bill back and pressed the pause button on the projector. "Hey! Flubber, why that movie?" asked Bill. "Flubber funny," answered Ben. "Flubber for you? Flubber not for me," said Bill. "Flubber is funny," said Ben. "Flubber is not," said Bill. As the Flowerpot men argued more and more, they heard Ketchup calling to them. "Hey, you two! Can you come in here, please?" Bill and Ben stopped arguing and walked to the greenhouse looking angrily at each other. When they arrived, Ketchup asked, "What are you doing pushing each other and arguing like that?" Bill and Ben told him about their movie night and their opinions on the movies they chose. Then they started arguing all over again. Bill and Ben continued arguing until Ketchup said, Hey! Stop arguing! Why don't you two pick a movie that you will enjoy together? That way you wouldn't argue with each other during the movie." Bill and Ben agreed with Ketchup. Flubber right, Ketchup, they said. "That's the spirit," said Ketchup. "Now off you go and enjoy your movie." "Flubber will," said Bill and Ben as they shook hands. "Flubber thank you, Ketchup." "Ho! Any time, you two," said Ketchup as Bill and Ben walked down to the greenhouse. Bill took the reel out of the projector. Ben put another reel in. Bill flicked the switch, and the Flowerpot men sat down next to each other on the sack and tucked themselves in with the blanket. That movie was a series of mishaps happening to Slowcoach, including the times in which he spotted a hose in his house, panicked and thought it was a snake, where Bill and Ben played that trick on him using the cotton wool cloud they made and a fishing rod, and when he got catapulted into the compost bin. Then a very special clip got played. A clip of Bill and Ben laughing and hugging each other. As they watched the clip, the Flowerpot men looked at each other, smiled, and hugged each other. "Flubber love you, brother," said Bill. "Flubber love you, brother," said Ben. After their hug, Ben poured him and Bill a glass of orange juice, and when he put the bottle down, the Flowerpot men clinked their glasses together and drank up their juice. Bill and Ben had a really good movie night, and thanks to Ketchup, they learned that if you share a movie, it will be a movie that everyone can enjoy together.